This is part 2 of exercise 20-19. So notice we've already done the units section, so we are now going to work on the cost section. And also notice the labels that we're working on are costs to account for. And again, once again, to account for means the beginning units and the units that were started. So our labels are going to be beginning work in process plus costs added. These are our additions. So now we need our cost section of our data table. So we're looking at the cost section over here. So the first thing we're working on is beginning work in process. So the beginning work in process costs were 0. So all we have to do is put 0, 0, 0. Now we're working on costs added during the period. Let's look at the direct materials. Over here are direct materials costs that were added during the period were $5,700. And now we're on conversion costs. Over here, conversion costs, remember, are direct labor plus manufacturing overhead. So we need to add 2,085 plus 2,004. That gives us our total conversion costs of 4,089. And then the total costs are just these two numbers added together. So that gives us $9,789 of costs that were added during the period. So this is what it looks like in the T accounts if you wanted to do T accounts. Notice we have beginning work in process of 0. And also notice this is the blending department. So I've created these T accounts for the blending department. So our beginning balance was 0. And our additional costs were $9,789. So that's what the T accounts would look like. And now we're going to figure out, later on, we're going to figure out the amounts transferred out and then the ending balance. Now the next row we're working on are total cost to account for. So we just add 5,700 and 0. So our direct materials cost was a total of 5,700, conversion cost 4,089, and total cost 9,789. Now what we have to do is we're going to divide by total equivalent units of production. So what this means is, let's work on, notice we're working on direct materials. All right. So we need the total EUP, equivalent units of production, for direct materials. We get that up here. So we're looking at equivalence units for direct materials, and we get the total of 9,500. So copy, paste that. And now we need the total EUP for conversion costs. Here's conversion costs, here's EUP, equivalent units. So we get the total 7,050. Copy that, paste it here. So what we're doing is we're going to take these total costs divided by the equivalent units and get the cost per equivalent unit. So let's do this one first. We've got, for direct materials, we've got $5,700 of direct materials divided by 9,500 gives us 60 cents. You can put a 0.6 or 0.60. They're both the same. Now let's do our conversion costs. So we got 4,089 divided by 7,050 equivalent units for conversion costs gives us 58 cents. And then to take the to get the total equivalent, total cost I should say, 0.6 plus 0.58 gives us $1.18. Now we're in the final section. Now we're working on costs accounted for. Now remember, costs accounted for are the transferred out units and the ending balance unit. So these are and remember, costs transferred out, that means they're transferred out because they're completed. So our labels are completed and transferred out, and then our ending work in process. So let's work on direct materials, and let's work on completed and transferred out. So we're working on this box here. So to calculate the costs for the units that were completed and transferred out, we're going to take the 0.60 and then go back up here and get our equivalent units of production for direct materials for the amount completed and transferred out. So that's 6,000 units times 60 cents, which gives us $3,600. Now, for the ending work in process, we're going to take the same 60 cents, but this time we're going to multiply it by the 3,500 right here in ending work in process. So 3,500 times this 0.6 gives us $2,100 of direct materials costs for those units still left at the end of the period that are unfinished. So the total cost accounted for, 3,600 plus 2,100 gives us 5,700. Now, for conversion costs, we're going to take the cost per equivalent unit of 58 cents, and then notice we're working on completed and transferred out. So our completed and transferred out units for conversion costs are, again, 6,000. And we're going to multiply by 0.58 times 0.58 equals 3,480. And then for the units still in process, we're going to take the 0.58 and multiply it by 1,050 units. So 1,050 times 0.58 gives us $609 of conversion costs for the units still in process. And then our total costs are 3,480 plus 609 gives us 4,089. Now our total costs, we're just going to take the 3,600 plus the 3,480 gives us 7,080. For this box, we're going to take 2,100 plus 609 gives us 2,709. And this total is going to be these two added up or these two added up. They both better add up to the same number, which gives us $9,789. So now what I can do, if I wanted to finish the T accounts, let me make this smaller. If I wanted to finish the T accounts for the blending department, remember we're working on the blending department. The transferred out costs are right here. Total cost for transferred out is 7,080. So transferred out are 7,080. And the costs that are still in the ending work in process are 2,709. 2,709. And then notice these two added together, the 0 and the 9,709, have to equal this plus this, which they do. So that's one thing on your homework to always double check. Are your costs to account for, 9,789, the same as total costs accounted for? They have to be the same number. So you may be wondering, why are we doing all this work? Well, two reasons. We had to do all that work to get this number and the ending balance. And why do we need this number? Well, this number is transferred out, meaning they will be going into the next department, which is packaging, as the transferred in costs. And then what we would have to do is we would need to journalize these. So notice the debit goes first, so we got 7,080 going first. So work in process packaging right here will be the 7080. And then work in process blending is going down, so that is our credit, 7080. So that production cost report is a lot of work just to do this journal entry. Remember, this is a journal entry to transfer costs from blending right here to packaging. And like I said in the videos, this production cost report would be much easier to do if it was just set up in Excel and all the formulas were entered into it. But if you were to do this in Excel, you have to know how this whole process works, obviously.